Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Messing with somebody about their age is stupid. Is stupid. And you could call that life game. Because that's not even about relationships, it's just going through life. Because every now and then, I get some kind of detractor. Talking about, well, you old. Yeah, you right, motherfucker, I am. Shit, I'm still alive. Shoot, I'm 60 years old. I don't have any problems telling people that. I have no problem showing people that. Because here's the thing. Every single person does not want to die. Every single person. And if I put it like this. If they do want to die, they have a death wish. Hey, you know what? They can unalive themselves. All right? If that's how they feel. In fact, anybody who's trying to mess with somebody's age, grab them around their throat and watch how hard they fight. And I was like, well, hold up. I thought you had a problem with age and stuff. I thought you had a problem with age. Shoot. Everybody wants to live. Everybody wants to live and stuff. Oh, let me get out here. And do this. I ain't seen her in a while. Yeah, I don't feel like it. But anyway, one of the things that you want to do, you want to live, right? You want to get older. You want to live to a ripe old age. Okay, if that's the case with you, then why are you jumping on somebody else? Because that's one of the things I see. I see somebody young and they'll try to jump on somebody older, like somebody in their 20s. And they'll try to say, you're old. Well, hold up. Wait a minute. Isn't that where you trying to go? Ain't that what you trying to do? Aren't you trying to make it to a ripe old age? Ooh. Oh, that could have been something right there. That could have been something right there. God, oh, man. Yeah, a bunch of cars going by and everything. Look, I'm going to tell you something now. In life, we want to live to a ripe old age. See, me, that would be like me jumping on somebody who's 90 years old. When I'm trying to get to 90 years old. It'd be stupid as hell. Stupid. It'll be stupid because the thing is, you trying to get there. Now, you try to get there in a healthy state, as healthy as possible, but you should be glad. Like I said, I don't have a problem telling people I'm 60 years old. I'm trying to get to 61, and then after 61, 62, and so on and so forth. Now, y'all remember a couple years ago, I had that medical emergency. And I ain't gonna lie, I was thankful. Because there's people younger than me that had the same thing and didn't survive. My sister, rest her soul, she had a stroke and she didn't make it to 60. Had a great grandfather. He didn't make it to 60. Shoot. And for somebody y'all might know, Kevin Samuels, may he rest in peace. I'm quite sure there's a whole lot of people who wish he had made it to 60. Look, I'm going to tell you what, when you have life out here, appreciate it. And then when you have somebody who's older and they've gone through some stuff, instead of trying to put them down or trying to say some dumb shit, and I do mean some dumb shit to them, find out what they've gone through. Talk to them. Find out their experience. It's like this minister I know, he's in his 70s, and he just say he's still a work in progress. But when he's telling me anything, I sit back and listen. See, one of the things with the society is we're not listening to the elders enough. Let me put on this air condition, because you know how this phone gets. We're not listening to them enough. They done been through it. They done been through some stuff. Even in cases where they might not have learned anything. Because one thing that same minister told me one time, he said, even if that person is going through some jacked up stuff, at the least, they can tell you how not to go through it. I remember when I was still living in D.C. And I would be driving up there by Tinley Circle in upper northwest D.C. And there was this homeless man. And he was an older guy. And, you know, he was homeless. And some people say, well, he's homeless. But he would have, now this was an older black man. He would have several younger white people, young white people in their 20s who would stop and talk with him. In fact, he had a chair, couple chairs, and a table, and he would just sit there and talk with them, and they would be very respectful. They would be very respectful because, yeah, he's gone through some stuff then, but like I said, sometimes they can even tell you how not to go through any problems, how not to go through some stuff. Because they done been there. They done been there. They done had the experience. They done been through it. Like if somebody wanted to mess with me, I would say to them, well, okay, so what have you gone through in life? Have you been married? Have you been married? Have you been a parent? Have you been a millionaire? Have you made money? Have you been laid off? Like, one of the things is I always say I've worked 1,000 jobs. Maybe not literally 1,000, but y'all know what I mean. I've worked a lot of jobs. There's very few things that on a job somebody could say they've been through that I haven't been through. Very few things. Even got fired from one job. Even got fired. So I've been through that. Layoffs, reduction in force. Survived some layoffs. Been through it. Had my businesses and stuff. Been through the business. Been through a lot of different things. Been through a lot of stuff. Worked in offices for the government. Worked in retail. I've experienced a lot of stuff. See, one of the things that any elder has and will have is experience. So as you going through life, you experience stuff. In fact, I would say one of the things that you want to do is learn from every experience and then teach it. And especially the bad ones. Because then you could tell somebody some stuff that they won't have to go through. Like when I'm up here talking about relationships, a lot of stuff I tell you is so you don't go through it. Like, let me use the example because I was going to talk about this. The money thing. You get some guys thinking, oh, just take money. Yeah, I know from personal experience it don't. Because the women that I've slept with, the women I've gotten with, I didn't have money like that. In fact, there's been quite a few. They made more money. So from experience, I know it don't really take money. I know that from experience. Because women, they looking for other experience. They looking for that man who's going to free them. They looking for that man they want to be around. That's why I always say, like some people, they want some books or some video or something like that. It's like the best way to learn something is to go out there and experience. And see, one thing when you dealing with an elder, they survived it. And in fact, I'm going to tell you who said something about that he said that in a comedy routine, Richard Pryor, may he rest in peace. He said that. He said that in the audience, they ain't even laughed. They just clapped. Because he said, shoot, He said it as a joke, but they didn't laugh. They knew the seriousness of it. They were like, you know what? He's right, because he was like, hey, they done survived this long. They done been through some stuff. Like like I said, I'm 60. If I run into somebody in their 80s or 90s, hey, they got anything to say, I don't care what their situation is, I'm going to listen. They've been through it. They could be homeless. And at the very least, they can tell me how not to be homeless. Because maybe they have a story behind it, because everybody got a story. Everybody got something. And they still here. Maybe they know something about survival. I don't know. They still here. They've been through some stuff. Because another thing too, despite what people think, there's nothing new under the sun. Ain't nothing new except technology. But even that, like, let's use a relationship example. Like a few weeks ago, I did a video talking about the whole online dating thing is going up. Now, remember, I said that's not even from me. That's not even from me. I said it. I even said during the video, look it up. Look it up and see what you see. Look it up. You can get on YouTube and look it up. You can look that up for yourself. Because the thing is, no matter what, you still got to talk to them. In fact, I learned a lot of game from some elders. They told me stuff going back to the 1920s. And I was like, well, wait a minute. That's the exact same thing that was happening when they told me. I was told that in the 1970s. I was told that in the 1980s, the 1990s. They done been through it before because, okay, like when you talking about relationship, because I know y'all want to talk about that. When you talk about relationship, you still got to have two people that come together. You still got to have two people that come together. They done been through it. All this technology and stuff, what the fuck that mean if you two are butt naked? And yeah, even though you get some people, I'm going to call it now, because you get some people talking about getting with some robots or something. Some sex robots. Yeah, they talking about that, but that only going to last a little bit. And if I'm wrong on that, hey, I'm just wrong. But even with that, there's still going to be some people going to be like, fuck that. Give me a nice, real human being. But it's still, I mean, you know, it's still the same thing. You still got to talk with them and stuff. Incidentally, just let me go on a tangent. There was somebody who tried, sometimes I get some commenters or something, they just be saying some dumbass shit. There was a commenter saying, oh, lust ain't that good. It's like, what do we ever get from lust? And I was, you know what? I don't even answer stuff like that. I just delete it because somebody's stupid. It's like every single one of y'all here because of lust, okay? Every single one of you. Your mama, your daddy lusted each other. I don't care what the situation is. Unless your ass is some in vitro baby or something like that. But 99.9% of the people on this planet are here because of lust, okay? I just had to bring that out. Y'all know how I roll on these things. But even then, an elder knows about it. Somebody who's they done been through it. And it's stupid to put somebody down. And really, it's stupid to put somebody down because ain't you trying to get there? Like, you get somebody, they'll say, well, you're old. Ain't you trying to be there? I want you to think about it. Ain't you trying to get there? You either trying to get there or you want to unalive yourself. Now, if you unalive yourself, don't waste your time here. Just go in and do it. All right? But if you're trying to live to an age, you're trying to get to that point, right? Think about it. I want you to think about it. Think. Think about it. Why would you mess with somebody and you try and get to that point? All right? Because if that person has reached a certain point, they had to have something about them. They had to survive. They had to go through some stuff. Because one of the things, I'll speak for myself now. One of the things I tell people when I talk with people, I've experienced a whole lot. I've seen a whole lot. Even the stuff I talk about, I still haven't really talked about every single thing. I haven't talked about every single thing. And the thing is, you know, a lot of stuff, like I said earlier, a lot of stuff I share is so you don't go through it. You don't have to deal with it, like especially on my business channel. A lot of stuff I talk about there is so you don't have to make the same mistakes. Or when I'm talking about relationships, when I talk about different stuff, I haven't seen anything different. Because remember, I have a son that's about to turn 23, another son that's 20. And, you know, it's funny, they have told me and said to me, they'll say this girl did this or this girl did that. And I was like, damn, I saw that back in the late 70s. I saw that in the early 80s. I experienced that, you know? Been through that already, you know? Been through that already. Dealt with it. And one of the things, if we had a more sensible society, a lot of people wouldn't do the same things. Because there's plenty of elders out here, they done been through some stuff and they try to tell their kids and, you know, they younger people, and the younger people think, well, I'm smarter, I don't want to listen. And it was like, yeah, okay. Come on now. You gotta be smart out this joint. You gotta be smart out this joint. One, you gotta be smart to listen. Two, you try and get to that point anyway. You trying to learn stuff. You trying to be successful. You trying to go through some stuff. Shit. And then you want to, you just want to learn to be, well, you can't say what you're going to be. You can't say what you're going to be. Oh, and something else that's stupid as hell. You can't compare me with somebody now who is not even 30 yet. Because there was a detractor trying to compare me with some other content creator. I'm like, we ain't in the same space. How you gonna compare us? The only way to compare us is compare him, whatever that content creator's age was to find out, because they were trying to compare our looks. I'm like, I'm 60, I look 60, I don't give a shit. Shave all this, look younger, but still 60. If somebody, it's a different thing, different situation. Also, it's also different circumstances. Like, you get somebody older, they done had a family, you know, they had kids. Like, one of the things that I know about that a lot of younger people don't know about, especially a lot of younger men. What do you know about being a father? What you know about it? You don't know anything about it. You don't know. You haven't had that experience. Somebody with experience can always teach you what they've gone through. That way you don't go through it. Or you could say, well, okay, I've seen this. You know, in some civilized cultures, that's why I would just say in like some African cultures, that's why the grandparents would be very important, because they done been through it. In fact, there's some cultures on the continent where the grandparents are the primary raisers, because they done been through it. They done been through it. But that'll get into another thing. But it's something to think about. It is something to really think about. Because you're trying to get there. It's like, what's the point of trying to mess with somebody and they in a place that you're trying to get? You trying to be at this place, aren't you? And if you're not, like I said, don't waste time. Don't waste time. Just unalive yourself. Seriously. And I mean that shit. Because if I run into somebody and they 100, I'm going to be talking with them. I'm going to be like, hold up, let me find out. How'd you get here? What did you eat? What did you do? What type of exercises? What was your mindset? I ain't going to be like, oh, well, we got this technology, or I'm so smart. I'm like, well, shit. Your ass, dude's 100. They were 40 when I was born. So, shoot, they probably seen a lot. Seen some shit I haven't seen. Seen more of life. See, that's the thing. Because when you're going through life, I'm going to tell you what, when you're going through life, you want to see as much as that you can see. You want to learn what you can learn. You want to experience what you can experience. And you can travel all you want. You can do different things. And you still got some stuff. Still got a bucket list. There's still some stuff you can do. Now, for those who believe that multiple lifetimes and stuff, yeah, they might take multiple lifetimes to do all the stuff they want to do and still not do it. Still not do everything. Those who believe in it. And like I said, I don't want to get into people's religions right now. Not on this channel anyway. But it's something to really... something to think about, something to consider. Something to consider. Because you're trying to get to a point. If somebody is at a point that you want to get to, if somebody's already there, it really is stupid to try to mess with them to be there. You want to learn from them. Shit, because I know some dudes and they in their 70s, still doing their stuff. Shit, having children, stuff like that. I'm like, well, shoot, I'm trying to get up to where they at. Maybe not have children though anymore. All right, they got a handful. Still got one that's unaccounted for. Still one woman unaccounted for. But anyway. I want y'all to really think about that. Really think about that. Like, really think about stuff. Really think about what you're doing. Don't be quick to waste your time on some dumb shit. Alright? Anyway. Okay. Go ahead and get some vittles. Oh, man. I like some of the videos in this store better than the other store. Just real quick, I be going to different stores because they be having different shit. They be having different shit. Yeah, as long as this will stay open, but that's a business. That's a business thing I have to discuss later. All right. Anyway. Think about what I'm saying, though. Seriously, think about what I'm saying. And you don't have to like me, give a shit about me, be on the channel. But you trying to get to where I'm at least in your own life, all right? And if you not, don't waste time, all right? You know what to do, all right? So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Peace.